last Thursday, the day before we played, and we were so surprised. The first night that half of us seen it was about 5 minutes before we played or whatever. We unveiled it, and there it was, and we were like,
it's pretty inexpensive, too.
So you're saying that she does good work for reasonable prices?
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Sonny, what were we just talking about there a little while ago before we came back on? It seemed to have slipped my mind.
What about the mailing list?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah,
You talked.
These guys told me. Oh, you tell them about it.
All right, well, we've got a mailing list. You can get your, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you my number. If you live in Falmouth, you can call me so you don't have to call long distance. My number's 548-0799. Just leave your name and your address so you can get on the mailing list so you can get our flyer. And you'll know next time we're playing and where we're playing.
One more question, Sonny. When you say a flyer, what specifically would a fan expect to get if they left their address with you guys?
Well, what they get in the mail is about, what is it, 8 by 11 piece of paper.
8.5 by 11.
8.5 by 11, close enough. It's got our name in big bold letters across it, and it says where we're playing, and the times, and basically that's about it.
You haven't got to putting fan packages together yet?
No, nothing like that yet.
You plan on doing that, though? You guys plan on doing that? You know, I think it'd be a good idea. You know,
we did just do a demo package not too long ago that we've been sending out, trying to get more clubs to get us in there, you know.
Well, after this, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they come knocking your door down to try to get you to play.
That's what we're hoping.
It's a great show. It was a great show, man. Okay, you know, there was one thing that we were talking about before we went into a break. You know, to check out one of the other videos, and we were talking about original music and writing. You know, one thing I wanted to ask you guys, you know, do you hope at some point to go into original stuff? You know what I mean, and then try to make your own way, using the show that you're doing now as sort of an introduction, and then like
to what's ahead for us. Yes, I would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to do anything with yourself, you have to do your own music, or you're not going to get anywhere. You know, this is just a little, can't say it's a hobby, it's more than a hobby, but...
To love music.
Right now.
We all love Black Sabbath so much, you know, they're the first heavy metal band that ever existed in the whole galaxy, so we're just doing that, you know, get a following. Then we decide to do originals that's going to be based along the same lines as Black Sabbath, the same type of music.
With the show
we'll have our following.
Once we do originals, we're going to be opening up for ourselves. So you're still going to hear Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and our originals, a double.
Because if you do originals, you don't get any money unless you bring in a really big crowd.
Yeah, well...
So it's smart to build up a following
Takes
first,
a long
and then
time.
do the originals
That's
later.
right. That's
Takes
right.
a long time to get exposed doing originals too, so we figure we can kill two birds with one stone.
Well, hey, as long as Greg Antone's Rock and Roll Show is in existence, and I have permission to go in with my cameras, it shouldn't take any long. You know, it won't take any longer than necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because my whole thing, man, is to help launch bands get out there and get recognized. You know, for stuff that they're doing. And listen, I want to tell you guys something right now. I'm getting a signal from my floor director here. We got to wrap this thing up here pretty soon. But I want to tell you guys one thing, man. I am so happy and, you know, thankful and grateful and all that, man, that, you know, you guys let me go in there.
Oh, we're glad you came up and
Yeah.
did it. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
happy
you
to be
did a
doing
good
this all
job.
together, period.
I'm glad that we had that kind of chemistry. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I hate to sound redundant, but man, I felt like I was a part of it. And you know, through my viewfinder, it's a black and white viewfinder.
Yeah, I know.
Halfway home, all right, halfway home, it came to me. I said, "Wow, I'm going to be able to watch this in color when I get home, man." Next thing you know, that Firebird is saying.
Okay,
So, yes.
what's this last song we're going to watch?
Fairies Wear Boots.
Yeah.
There's the Boots, and that's off the Paranoid album.
Hey, listen, you guys. Okay, before we go to that, I know it's kind of a silly question, but why Black Sabbath? I mean, I'm sure that you guys must love a bunch of other bands.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Well, there's
as to
a
how
lot
you
of tribute bands out there now, and I'm not knocking any of them at all. But when we were originally thinking of what to do next, we were doing covers in our old band, and we decided, well, let's do a tribute band. Maybe we'll get a little bit further, if not far enough to make ourselves happy. And we got to thinking that Black Sabbath was the original, basically the original heavy metal group.
And
You had Led
everybody
Zeppelin
likes them.
and stuff like that. They were like the original deep, dark sound.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
decided
yeah.
just to take that up.
Plus, they're not an active band anymore, not with Ozzy Osbourne anyway,
Right.
and other tribute bands are clones of someone that's still active, still out there under, making money as a big act.
Right.
We're, we try to bring the past back as opposed to other bands.
Keeping the present going.
Yeah, keeping
Well,
the present going. Exactly.
Unfortunately, guys, listen, as far as I'm concerned, okay, present music basically isn't going anywhere. And that brings me to the point right now that we can't go on any further with this interview because my floor director is telling me that we have to wrap up this intersection, this interview section.
We got this car coming.
But hey, I just said two things at once. Two things in one. Interview section. Only I left the view part of it. I have a different point of view. Or no view at all. So just leave it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we have to close up this part of Greg Antone's Rock and Roll Show. But what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, rock and rollers out there in Falmouth and everybody else, man, because we're spreading like fire.
We'll see you out there.
Yes.
Don't miss our shows. You'll be losing out.
Hi, Missy.
We're going to close out the show with these guys doing their
Terry Ripley, Eddie